The breath of a legend. Even from thousands of feet in the air, the land felt alive. Deep crimson cliffs curved like sleeping giants. Rivers shimmered like silver snakes weaving through green forests, and far ahead, shrouded in rising mist, stood the ancient valley the elders called Kalunda Ya Moyo, the heartbeat of water. As the drone camera descended, a low hum filled the air, a rhythmic, primal vibration. Like breath, like a pulse. A question echoed, what if nature itself held a heartbeat? And what if that heartbeat was fading? This was the beginning of our journey into one of Angola's oldest and most mysterious legends, a legend that was no longer just a story, but a plea. The valley that remembers. The valley opened before us as if carved by time and kept alive by memory. Tall baobab trees stood like ancient guardians. Butterflies flickered through the sunlight like floating sparks. And the waterfall, the legendary living waterfall, poured from the cliffs in thick white ribbons. But even in its beauty, something felt unusual. It didn't roar fiercely like most waterfalls. It exhaled. Warm mist rolled out of its heart in slow waves, almost in rhythm. A subtle push, a subtle pull like lungs. Legend said this was Kalunda Ya Moyo breathing. The camera moved closer, and children sitting on the rocks looked up, wide-eyed. They pressed their hands against their chests. Listen, whispered a girl named Sifa. You can feel it, like a heartbeat. A faint vibration rippled through the air, soft, ancient, alive. The ancestors, locals believed, had never truly left. Their whispers lived in the mist. Birth of the living waterfall. Under a thatched shelter built from woven palms, an elder named Mama Kambinda prepared to share the origin of the legend. Her voice was strong but warm, seasoned with decades of storytelling. She began with a tale that stretched back centuries. When the world was young, she said, the sky cried heavy tears. Rivers overflowed, mountains cracked, forests drowned. The people begged the spirits for protection. One night, a glowing figure appeared, the spirit Kukina, guardian of balance. Kukina shaped the waterfall from the broken mountain, whispering to the waters, flow with life, breathe with strength, protect the people. And so the waterfall became alive, carrying healing mist, guidance for travelers, warnings of drought, songs of the ancestors. Generations passed. Warriors prayed at its base before battle. Healers collected water for remedies. Farmers listened to its rhythm to predict rainfall. Mothers brought their newborns to be blessed by Kukina's mist. Beautiful reenactments filled the screen. Painted faces glowing in torchlight. Drums pulsing like thunder, dancers circling the mist, feet pounding the earth with ancient rhythm. The living waterfall wasn't just a legend, it was the beating heart of an entire culture. When the heart slows. But the story took a heartbreaking turn. The film transitioned to modern aerial shots. Where lush forests once hugged the waterfall, gaps now appeared, patches of bare earth and drying roots. The water, though still flowing, seemed thinner. Its once vibrant mist felt cool instead of warm. Its breath slower. Scientists arrived to assess the damage. Their findings were a heavy blow. Water flow reduced dramatically. Species of riverfish vanished, rainfall decreasing each year. Soil erosion eating the valley edges. Temperature rising. One expert ran her palm along a smooth stone where water used to reach. The waterfall's fingerprint is shrinking, she whispered. Locals felt the change deeply. A fisherman said, when I was young, the waterfall spoke loudly. Now it whispers like an old man losing his voice. A grandmother's eyes welled with tears as she recalled. Kukina used to warm the valley. Now the mist is cold. Something is wrong. Children no longer felt the heartbeat as strongly. Some said they didn't feel it at all. The living waterfall wasn't just fading physically, its spirit was losing strength. Echoes of loss. At night, the valley grew eerily silent. In the past, animals gathered near the waterfall: antelope, birds, monkeys, even elephants. They drank from its pools, bathed in its mist, slept at its edges. But now, many animals came less often. Lights revealed cracked mud where lush grass once grew. A young tracker, Quito, knelt beside hoofprints and said softly, "They are traveling farther for water, the forest is crying." The waterfall exhaled again, but the mist felt thin, strained, almost like someone trying to breathe through a tightening chest. The guardians rise. Just when hope seemed dim, the story shifted. Angolan conservationists, indigenous leaders, storytellers, and youth groups united to revive the waterfall. They called themselves the Guardians of the Echo. Their methods were powerful and creative. Reforestation projects. They planted native trees, mopane, baobab, marula, to restore shade and soil strength. Cultural revival ceremonies. Not worship, but remembrance, reviving songs, dances, and stories that kept Kukina's spirit alive. Education for children. Classes on climate change mixed with oral storytelling traditions. Digital preservation, VR recreations of past rituals for future generations. 3D scans of ancient carvings before erosion claimed them. Waterpath rehabilitation, rebuilding natural irrigation channels, removing debris that blocked the river's flow. Heartbeat drums. Young drummers crafted new rhythms inspired by the waterfall's pulse, performing at cultural festivals worldwide. Hope returned to the valley like sunlight through morning fog. The waterfall breathed deeper, its mist warmed again. Children felt the heartbeat tremble under their palms. Even the animals seemed to sense revival, returning in small but increasing numbers. The discovery in the rocks. One day, while cleaning debris near the waterfall's edge, Quito uncovered a set of stone carvings buried beneath old roots. The symbols were ancient, older than any the village had recorded. A spiral, a wave, a pair of hands offering water to the earth. Elders gasped when they saw it. "This is the original pact," Mama Kumbinda whispered, "a promise between Kukina and the people." The carvings revealed a forgotten truth. The waterfall's power depended on balance. If humans respected the land, the waterfall thrived. If the land suffered, its heartbeat weakened. This discovery ignited a deeper movement across the region, a call to protect rivers, forests, traditions, and voices of indigenous communities whose wisdom safeguarded nature for centuries. The return of the breath. Months passed. Slowly, beautifully, the valley healed. New leaves unfurled. Birdsong returned to dawn. The river shimmered with stronger currents. And the waterfall, oh, the waterfall, its breath grew warm again. One morning, as the sun rose through pink-gold clouds, the mist expanded in a wave so full of life that villagers gasped. It pulsed, steadily, strongly. Children cheered. Drummers played a triumphant rhythm. Mama Kumbinda smiled through tears. Kukina has awakened, a symbol of hope, of balance regained, of ancient wisdom guiding modern hands. The waterfall's message to the world. In the final chapter, the narrator stepped forward with a message. The Living Waterfall story was more than a legend. It was a mirror, a reminder that nature breathes, culture carries memory, communities protect the future, balance matters. Stories keep heritage alive. Then came the final whisper. The ancestors speak through water, through trees, through you. Protect the pulse, honor the breath, and the future will remember your story. The camera rose above the valley one last time. The mist pulsed again, alive, awake, enduring.